I'm putting on this. I saw a story about death cafes, which actually not the first time I had seen that story. And I thought it was a great story in the sense that it was talking about creating a space where people literally go to talk about death. It's not a cafe per se. So I guess what I'm putting on the slab is the fact that people don't like talking about death. Mm-hmm. And so these people like create these I mean, it's not an actual cafe. It's like a basement in somebody's house or whatever. Yeah. And they come together and it's like a safe place to talk about death. And everybody has their own take on death. Some people believe in heaven, some people don't. Some people are religious, some people aren't. And I just thought that is a great thing, especially in a world where we have less. Say Ireland used to be like 100% Catholic, nobody questioned it. Now people have their own beliefs. I think it's a great way for people to understand that death is hugely part of what it is to be human. And the more we talk about it and the more we accept its inevitability, that we'll actually have a more healthy. That
we live a little bit more.
Well, no, well, definitely. I think you make sure that you do as much as you can in this life.
Yeah. I suppose, Des, in a way, people will know that you lost your dad in the last few years. So, did you have that whole consciousness of death and that conversation foisted on you? Because I guess you were kind of on that journey, as people call it, with your dad a bit, weren't you?
Yes. Just before I mention that, can I just say that I've always had a weird thing where I love funerals. I don't know why. Maybe it's because Be Not Afraid is like my #1 church song. Okay. And when somebody dies, I'm like, that's sad, but we're going to hear Be Not Afraid. So, but in terms of my dad, I mean, I had other deaths before that, but I was with my dad when he died. And it was interesting because a few months before he died, when he was still totally healthy, he actually asked me, he said, do you think that there is something after you die? And so I said, listen, you're definitely going to be there before me. So I think it's important what you think. I'm not going to be like, no, bro. I mean, really, enjoy the last 3 months because it's blackout, motherfucker. It's like, I thought the thing to do there was to say whatever you feel, you need to feel at this time. I think that's important. But I was there when he died, and I have to say that is a pretty profound moment. And by the way, I'm not trying to belittle anyone that wasn't there with their parent, because that can be like a lucky. That's just down to luck sometimes.
Can you explain why it was such a profound moment?
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. I mean, I was trying to write notes. I guess #1, because it's one of the 3 main things in life, like birth, death, and I guess something in between, But you just feel the fact that you were in the presence of one of the most important things of being a human, The end. Plus, they're gone.
Yeah.
You see that. You feel it. My dad's jaw, dropped a bit, and I was just like, wow, this guy is no longer here.
Yeah.
So to be in the presence of that, but yet still feel so close and connected to it, I'm not great at articulating it, but it definitely changed me at that moment. I'll tell you one thing it made me think about, because people always talk about, does heaven matter? Is there something afterwards? I don't know the answer. I personally don't think there's anything afterwards, but one thing I knew is that all that matters is your family. I have to say my friends, because I'm not married and I have no kids. So I have to hope that somebody's going to give a shit. But he only cared about us towards the end, And that's when what I took from that was that's in the end, that's really what matters. All the other stuff is superficial.